Hi guys, so I did these nails. This is actually a fill-in and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So this is the previous set that I had on. Right now I'm just removing the gems. So with the cuticle pusher, I am just removing the gems, taking that out. Now after that, I'm going to use this drill bit to remove acrylic. Since I am doing a fill-in, I'm just removing the shine, the top coat, the leftover gems. You can see it on my nail. And then I'm just filing down a little bit so I have space to put the new acrylic that I'm going to put on top for my fill-in. I'm just trying to remove as much acrylic as I can because if the less I remove, the thicker the nails are going to look because I'm adding more acrylic. So I'm just trying to remove as much as I can so I can add acrylic and it could be like a decent thickness. I am now shaping my nails just to the shape that I want it, making it a bit more sharper. After you had nails on for a while, they get a little, round because of everything you've been doing. So I'm just sharpening that up, shaping them. Now I'm gonna go in with a sanding band. I use sanding bands for natural nails. I have to use 80 because I ran out of the 150, I believe. Was it 150? The last one. This one's really rough. I actually don't like this one. Oh, it's 180, not 150. But I use the highest one, which is the more fine one for natural nails. It's better and it doesn't feel as rough as the one I'm using right now. But I'm just using this to push back the cuticles and remove the shine from my natural nail so I can get ready to prep. Also, I'm blending the acrylic with my natural nail so it could all be the same level. Now setting up, I am taking out my monomer and the acrylic that I'm going to be using. This is the Mia Secret Cover Pink, I believe. That's for application. Now for prep, I am doing dehydrator just to clean the nail. And then after dehydrator, I'm going to use my Mia Secret Extra Bond Primer. This will prep the nail so the acrylic can stick to the primer. Also, take your time with prepping. Prepping is the most important part. Like, this is what's gonna help your nails last. Your prepping has to be A1. This is how I take my bead. I just take a generous amount, then tap, and then also tap in the powder, and then hold. And then put my brush sideways, place it down, and then I use the tapping motion just to, get it all over the nail. I tap, and then when I feel like my powder, the acrylic is drying, I go in with the monomer just to make it a little more wet, and then I drag it down with the tip. And then, I just keep on tapping and dragging, cleaning off the sides, and I just keep continuing that step. So for the first bead, I always take a lot of powder, so that means I have to dip my brush in more in monomer. So my brush has to be more wet so I could pick up more powder because this is the biggest bead, which is the first bead. And then the second bead will be like a medium bead, so not that much monomer. Still tap in the powder, tap and then hold a few times when I feel like I have enough product. Then I place it right on top where I placed the first bead, and then, you know, I tap it and get it, you know, both sides, make sure it's touching the side walls, and then I drag it down. After that, I get the smallest bead, so not a lot of monomer, so you don't want to, you know, flood the cuticle because that creates lifting. Just avoid acrylic on the skin because it will create lifting. The smallest bead, tap, and then brush it down, and then I repeat the same step over here. Get, you know, the biggest bead. You see this bead, and then clean off my brush. Make sure you clean after every few times you swipe, because then acrylic will get stuck in your brush and your brush will have built up acrylic. It'll get hard, it'll be harder to work with, then you'll work slower, you know. So yeah, I just constantly tap, swipe, drag down, clean off the sides. The perfect application is key to less filing. So the more your application looks, you know, defined and neat, you won't have to file as much. So it speeds up the process. So yeah, I just, you know, keep tapping and swiping and cleaning off the sides so that way it looks neat. And then the medium bead right on top of where I placed that first bead, make sure it's touching both side walls, because if you have space missing and you can see the natural nail, that can also create lifting. And then just drag it down. Then the smallest bead, which will be the cuticle bead, that goes right on top of the middle bead. You do the same thing, make sure not to flood the cuticles. Make sure it's touching both side walls, and then drag it down. Take your time doing this, like it's fine. Don't ever rush a set. So yeah, look at the application, how neat that looks. Now I'm just gonna repeat this, but I'm not gonna talk. Just, I'm gonna let it go on regular time so you guys could be able to see. You see, I hate when that happens. That happens to me all the time. But well, not all the time, but it does happen often. Like, it's annoying. But I'm just gonna let this play so you guys can see, hopefully learn something from this. And yeah, this is how my application gets to how it is, and this is how I do nails. And I'm just gonna see you guys when I file. Okay, now time to file. I do use Tammy and Taylor nail files. Their nail files are so freaking good. It's a stick and peel. I highly recommend this. Your shape will literally change. I swear to God, this will change your nail game. Like, you have to get this. So first, I always do the sides. I know my hands look so weird because, I'm doing them myself. Like, I have to put my hands like this. So I do the sides and then I do the surface, smooth it out so there's no bumps and it looks as straight as I like it or as I can get it. So then I get this, not ceramic, but it's the rainbow ones, this drill bit, the cylinder ones, and I put the speed up very fast. And then I go under the nail for that C curve. So I am lowering my speed and then I'm going to go around the cuticle and I'm going to seal the cuticle. This will help with the nails lasting. You have to go here. I swear to God, it makes a difference on the way it looks and the way the nails last. I'm just going over it, smoothing it out and making sure that the cuticles are sealed. Now I'm buffing out the nails, just smoothing it out. And this will make my polish go on so smooth. No streaks, none of that. It'll just look so good. Also, I'm so sorry I was like kind of off the frame, but I'm just showing you guys how the shape looks. And then I go in with my file. I do this last so it could look the sharpest. And then I file the tips. And baby, this makes a big difference. So now it's time for polish. I've already scrubbed my nails and everything. I like my French tips a little deep, so I'm gonna, do them a little deep and a little skinny. But yeah, so I first map out my Frenchies, see how I like it, and then I look at it from angles and see if I like that outline. And if I like it, I move on to the next. So after I outlined that, just to see the shape that I was going with and how I liked it, I wasn't very specific, so I was just doing regular squiggly lines and just, yeah, basically outlining. Outlining is what I'm doing first. after outlining, I am going to take this brush. This is like a 3D nail flower brush. You know the brushes to make 3D nail flowers? Yeah, I use those brushes. And I'm just painting in the white. I'm just filling it in. And I use these brushes instead of the actual bottle because it can put too much product on the nail, and then the sides will look kind of bumpy, like too much nail polish. You know what I mean? Like this, it's just, it looks cleaner like this too, and it's thin. It's like a thin layer. It's not too thick. So I do this first. Also, it gets in the little little holes, you know, the little spots. Just filling that in with white. Then I cure it for 60 seconds. Now I am going in with blooming gel. I use the Beetles blooming gel. I freaking love this gel. So yeah, I'm just applying that wherever I put the white on all nails. I kind of wish I would have done this one by one because I just love how it looks like this and not, you know, spread out even more. Like, you know, I like it like this better. But yeah, I'm just getting black gel polish. This is also from Beetles. I really like their gel polishes. And then I'm taking a one of those skinny brushes. I really don't know what they're called, but it's a 3D art brush. I guess that's what it's called. And then I'm just drawing lines, and that's how you do crocodile paint and crocodile print. Whoa. And yeah, I'm just going back in the polish and making the lines, and they spread out on themselves. So I'm just doing lines on all of the fingers, on all the white. I'm just drawing regular lines randomly. I'm not very specific. I'm just drawing the lines. And then I cured it for 60 seconds, and this is how it looks. So I'm taking out the gems that I'm gonna use, you know, the rhinestones and everything. And I don't put on top coat before my gems. I wait till after so it can stick to the acrylic and really stay, like, I feel like on a dry base, on a dry foundation, it'll stick more than, you know, already having something there like shine or, you know, another product. Here I'm just seeing what gem I would like more, what rhinestone. So yeah, I use the Macart rhinestone glue. This is squeeze tip. I like this glue a lot, but I just hate the application. It's so freaking annoying and I think it's messy. So I used that and I came to the conclusion that I really like the black gems. So I'm going to be using those. I kind of thought it was too much, but I kind of liked it. So yeah, this is how I applied the gems. I first, mind you, I freestyled it. I did not copy from no picture. I wasn't, you know, very specific on where to put them. I was just grabbing whatever I thought was cute and putting it on my nail. So yeah, I just put the Macart rhinestone glue and then the gems, and I cured it for like 30 seconds and then I moved on. And yeah. Now I'm gonna use this top coat. I used to use the Beatles one. I do cure my top coat in for 60 seconds, sometimes like a minute and 30 seconds. But I do really like this top coat. It's so thin and it looks so smooth. I just love it way better than Beatles. I still like Beatles, but this one's thinner and it just looks good. So I'm just applying that around the rhinestones. I make sure not to go on top of the rhinestones because that'll take away from the shine of the rhinestones. So after I do that, I cure it, put cuticle oil, and this is how they look. They look so good. I love them. I got a lot of love on these. And yeah, subscribe for more and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.